Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Benny, and today I want to do a slightly different segment. This is going to be Tracks of the Week, and the reason I wanted to do this is because I think it's actually a little bit sad that most people these days are getting their music recommendations from algorithms. Now, don't get me wrong, I do it as well, and I think it can be really useful, and it can help you find stuff that you never would have found before. But I think the act of sharing music with your friends and your family is a really nice thing that maybe we've lost to some extent. So I'm hoping that we can maybe get a bit of a conversation going about what we're into and share some stuff on the channel. We'd love to get some comments on this one. So my first tune I'm going to talk about is called Children's Song. It's by Vince Staples. I was a massive fan of Vince's first album, Summertime '06, which came out in 2015. I haven't really been that into the stuff he's put out since then, but I literally just discovered this week his album Dark Times, which came out in 2024, and it's right up my street. It's a kind of there's a lot of, it's kind of like boom bappy, so like more like old school hip hop, and there's lots of jazzy stuff going on, but it doesn't feel like just a throwback. It's kind of got quite modern sounding, I guess, drum processing and stuff going on, but it's a really cool album, and yeah, I particularly liked this tune. It's got like nice bits of jazz guitar on. Yeah, so yeah, check that out. I'm a fan. And then the next one I wanted to mention, which is still on a kind of hip hop vibe, rap kind of vibe, is Where I Be by Lucky and Filthy. So you guys may have heard about this little bit of JPEG Mafia Earl Sweatshirt beef. I think it was a little Instagram thing. I think it was a kind of silly, but one of the things that Peggy said about Earl is that Earl's just trying to rap like Lucky. I hadn't even heard of this guy, so I went and checked him out, and this is a really cool kind of lo-fi trap kind of track. It's got a really nice stringy, kind of tensiony kind of synth thing going on that makes it sound pretty hard, and obviously you've got your classic 808s layered underneath. Maybe this is a hot take, but I sort of do think this Lucky guy's kind of doing this sound better than Earl is. I did like a couple of the tracks off the new Earl album though, so I need to give that a bit more of a chance. But yeah, this is a really cool sort of party track. And then moving on to some slightly more jazzy stuff, I've got The High by Nala Sinefro. I'm a massive fan of Nala Sinefro. She does a lot of this, I hope I'm saying her name right. She does a lot of this kind of, I guess it's like a mashup of like ambient and jazz, which could be really boring or really pretentious, but she really makes it work. This is actually off the soundtrack from the film called, I'm going to find it now. The film's called The Smashing Machine, which is about a fighter called Mark Kerr, who I've never heard of. But yeah, it's quite funny because her music is so beautiful and meandering and sort of ambient and lovely, and it's interesting that she's been hired to do the music on a film about a fighter. But yeah, this track's super beautiful. It's just like piano and sax, this one. It reminds me a little bit of that release a few years ago, Floating Points and Pharoah Sanders. I can't remember what it was called, but it's got that kind of I don't know, almost like mystical space vibe to it. So yeah, that's really cool. Definitely recommend checking that one out. Then my next one is My Standards Are Not Too High by Dago. I hope I'm saying his name right as well. This is a kind of like housey, broken beat, jazzy kind of track. It's quite a long track. it's nice to kind of, I think it's a nice kind of summery track, stick it on in the garden, and it's 8 minutes long, so it kind of builds. There's a really nice switch up around 2:30 where some big sort of, or some funky, I should say, synths kind of come in. And yeah, this is from 2019 actually, and that was it's associated with that whole kind of London jazz scene around the I think for a lot of us the album Black Focus by Yusuf Kamal was a real moment, like wow. And this was made a couple of years after that, but around the same scene and around the same time. So I'm quite interested in this sound at the moment because I've just started a kind of live house project. So I'm trying to figure out how to make stuff sound kind of produced and electronic, but still with that human feel to it, and also in a way that we can perform it live. But I think this is a great example of the type of sound where that works well. And my last one is What You Need by Kaytranada. Forgive me if this is a bit of an obvious one, but I've just kind of rediscovered this. This is from the 2019 Bubba album, which is actually the last one of his that I listened to properly. I need to check out his more recent stuff. It's pretty standard fare for Kaytranada. It's like hip house, right? So it's his signature mashup of hip hop and house. It's got your chord planing going on. It's got a great feature from Charlotte Day Wilson. I hadn't heard of her before. Apparently she's got a quite famous tune called Work from 2016, which is more of a quite a different vibe, more of a ballad thing. But she's great on this track. So yeah. That's my 5 tracks. Let me know what you think. Do you love these? Do you hate these? Drop your track of the week in the comments. I've been Benny. Thank you for watching.